India's wind-up strategy against Joe Root, the plan that worked. In a dramatic turn of events, India has openly acknowledged their strategy to unsettle Joe Root's batting performance. After a day filled with banter and rising tensions, former England captain Michael Vaughan remarked that it seemed as though the two teams were reaching their limits with one another. This atmosphere led to India's admission that they had intentionally aimed to disrupt Root's focus during the match. Alistair Cook, another ex-captain of England, hinted at this tactic when he observed Root's reaction to a comment made by Prasidh Krishna. He was visibly angry and not in control of his emotions. "But why wouldn't you try to rattle Joe Root?" Cook questioned. "I can't say for sure if it was a planned approach, but it certainly seemed effective. I just hope the comments stayed within the bounds of good sportsmanship and didn't cross any lines. It definitely pulled Joe out of his comfort zone." Throughout the first 4 matches of the series, Root had been in exceptional form, scoring 2 centuries and maintaining an impressive average of 67.16. However, he was dismissed for just 29 runs in this match. Krishna commented, "That was indeed our strategy. I didn't anticipate that my few words would provoke such a strong reaction from him. It was merely a light-hearted exchange. We are friends off the field, and I believe we both enjoyed the moment." In another instance, Akashdeep was seen putting his arm around Ben Duckett's shoulder to guide him off the field, after Duckett was dismissed for a brisk 43 runs. This gesture, however, raised eyebrows, as England's assistant coach Marcus Trescothick speculated that it could have led to a more aggressive response from other players. "Many players might have reacted differently in that situation," he noted. "I've never witnessed a bowler do something like that after taking a wicket. I'm sure there will be times in the future when he might respond more strongly. It is what it is, right? While there's no need to escort him off in that manner, the competition has remained spirited." Despite the heated exchanges, both teams are managing to maintain a good rapport, which I believe will continue even after the match concludes. As the second day of play wrapped up, India found themselves at 75 for 2, holding a lead of 52 runs. With 21 wickets already having fallen on a pitch described by Trescothick as extreme, he remarked, "This pitch has posed significant challenges. There's no denying that Prasidh Krishna's Sledging Masterclass, how 4 words rattled Joe Root." In a surprising turn of events, Prasidh Krishna, the towering fast bowler from India, found himself at the center of a verbal duel with England's star batsman Joe Root during the Oval Test. The unexpected exchange, which began with a seemingly innocent compliment, "You are looking in great shape," from Prasidh, escalated quickly, leading to Root's dismissal for a modest 29 runs. This pivotal moment shifted the momentum of the match, as England's promising position at 129 for 2 crumbled, handing India the upper hand. The verbal sparring began when Prasidh's first delivery to Root, a well-placed rising ball, struck the Englishman's glove. 2 balls later, a wobble-seam delivery from Prasidh beat Root's defense, setting the stage for the verbal duel. Root, known for his calm demeanor, responded aggressively, prompting umpire Kumar Dharmasena to intervene. The confrontation drew in other players, including KL Rahul and Shubman Gill, as the umpire cautioned Prasidh for his aggressive behavior. The tension lingered, with Dharmasena closely monitoring Prasidh's actions for the next few overs. Prasidh, reflecting on the incident, expressed surprise at Root's reaction. "I just said you're looking in great shape, and it turned into a lot of abuse," he told the BBC's Test Match Special. The plan to engage Root in a verbal duel was premeditated by the Indian team, aiming to unsettle the English batsman. "That was the plan," Prasidh admitted, "but I didn't expect the couple of words I said to get such a big reaction from him." The fast bowler justified his aggressive approach as a competitive edge, describing the exchange as banter. "That's just who I am when I'm bowling," he said. "If it means that I have a bit of a chatter with the batter, and it does help me when I can get under the nerves of the batsmen and get a reaction from them." England's assistant coach, Marcus Trescothick, downplayed the incident, acknowledging that India might have tried a different approach to Rattle Root, who has been England's top scorer in the series. Prasidh, obviously tried to get after him and spark him up a little bit, Trescothick said. Joe bit back, as sometimes he does. Normally, he's the sort of guy who just laughs and giggles and allows things to happen. But today, he just chose a different route. The series, known as the Anderson-Tendulkar Trophy, has been marked by intense competition and volatile exchanges between the players. Earlier, Shubman Gill had noticed England's openers, Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett, walking out late at the start of the host's second innings at Lord's. Later, England captain Ben Stokes questioned the decision of Indian players Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar to continue batting for their centuries in the final hour of the final session at Old Trafford, despite the match heading for a draw. On Friday, another incident involving Akashdeep and Ben Duckett could have escalated had Duckett reacted aggressively. After dismissing Duckett, Akashdeep put his arm around the opener, a move that Trescothick described as strange. "He didn't really say too much," Trescothick commented. "I don't think you really need to be putting your arm around someone, but nothing was really said, was it? You just don't really see it." The verbal duel between Prasidh and Root and the subsequent incidents highlight the intense rivalry between the two teams and the fine line between competitive spirit and unsportsmanlike conduct. As the series progresses, fans and analysts will be watching closely to see how these encounters shape the outcome of the matches. Prasidh Krishna versus Joe Root, the heated moment that shook the fifth test. Emotions ran high on day 2 of the fifth test between India and England. And that's exactly when cricket gets electrifying. Picture this. Prasidh Krishna, usually known for his calm demeanor, stepped well outside the expected script by engaging in a fiery exchange with none other than Joe Root, one of the game's most respected players. Most bowlers might never dream of provoking a seasoned batsman like Root, but Prasidh did just that, creating a moment of drama nobody could ignore. But here's where it gets controversial. Root, who is typically the epitome of composure, was clearly ruffled. After Prasidh conceded a boundary in the 21st over, he reportedly made a remark that had Root visibly agitated, prompting the umpires to step in. Dinesh Karthik, commentating for Sky Sports, admitted his surprise. "I've never seen Joe Root react so strongly. Something Prasidh said really got under his skin." Root basically told him, "Don't try to be too clever here." To Prasidh's credit, he stood his ground, and things escalated from there. The tension wasn't just for show. It altered the tone of the match. England had started the morning session in control, picking up wickets and piling on the pressure. Yet India, spurred on by this new spark, clawed their way back by the end of the day, evening up the contest. Isn't it fascinating how just a bit of on-field banter can flip the momentum in Test cricket? Later, Prasidh was quick to downplay the incident. In his own words during the post-match press conference, he explained it was honestly a minor thing, a bit of friendly banter that happens in any competitive sport. Root and I actually get along well off the pitch. We both enjoyed the moment. Still, he hinted there was more to the exchange than just harmless jest. It was definitely part of my plan. Though I didn't expect my words to provoke such a big reaction from someone like Root. He's a legend, and it's a privilege to compete with him at this level. And this is the part most people miss. Prasidh believes that a little bit of verbal jousting isn't just gamesmanship. It actually brings out his best. I enjoy bowling even more when I can keep the batsman guessing with a few words. If I can unsettle him and see a reaction, it energizes me. I felt in rhythm out there. The Indian pacers didn't let England's initial onslaught break their spirit either. According to Prasidh, during the lunch break, the fast bowlers regrouped and discussed their strategy. We acknowledged what went wrong, but focused on supporting each other and sticking to our strengths. At the end of the day, our attitude and body language made all the difference, especially in shifting the momentum back in our favor. He also offered valuable insight for aspiring cricketers. When opposition batters attack relentlessly, as England's aggressive openers did, it's tempting to lose discipline. It's tough to keep bowling in the same areas when you know the batsman is looking to take you on. But the real challenge is to maintain your lines and lengths, trusting that consistency will eventually pay off. Here's a question for all the cricket fans out there. Do you think a bit of sledging and mind games should be part of the modern game? Or do you feel it crosses a line of sportsmanship? Some purists may argue it goes against the spirit of cricket, while others see it as a vital psychological battle. Where do you stand? Share your thoughts and let's get a real debate started.